I remember the day that they issued the proclamation like it was yesterday. In fact, I think it may actually be one of my earliest memories. I must have been 7. My dad was 41. The proclamation stated that due to the excess of workers, any worker on their 40th birthday from now on will be allowed to commit suicide without worrying about going to hell. Every church signed off on it, saying that God had given their blessing to this proclamation. It was a way of trying to keep wages down, I suppose. Or maybe up. I don't know. I was 7. My dad pulled me aside that day. As I mentioned, he was 41, and they gave him a waiver. They gave everyone who was 41 a waiver, since they missed it by a year. My dad pulled me aside that last morning and said to me, "Son, since you were born, my life has just been one unmitigated hell. I can't smile. I can barely cope with the everyday existence. But now, I know I can finally find happiness. Don't tell your mother. And son, tomorrow, maybe have a slice of cake for me, and know I will be eating a welcome home slice of cake with Jesus." With that, he wearily smiled at me and walked out the door. It was the last time I ever saw my father. I didn't know what to say to my mother. She had no idea what to think. She thought he had just left her. Then she filed a missing persons report. It wasn't until 6 weeks later that I finally told her what he had told me. She barely spoke to me after that for the rest of her life. The week leading up to my 40th birthday was one of the toughest weeks of my life. I could barely function, and I think you knew it. I was so unhappy. I remember the conversations we had. I told you how I just wanted out, and you looked softly into my eyes and warily smiled at me. "I know, darling," you said. "But please, for my sake and the kids, can't you find a way to keep going?" The morning of my 40th birthday, I couldn't sleep. I still didn't know what I was going to do. I finally got up at 4 o'clock and went down to make some coffee. I laid out a coffee cup. I thought I had grabbed 2, and then realized we didn't have any. So I went to the store not too far away that was open 24/7. You woke up during that time, and seeing the 1 coffee cup, thought it was a sign that I had decided to go through with it. By the time I got home, you were crying unconsolably. I held you close and promised to you I would never let you go. I promised to you then that I would never leave you. You made me swear up and down that that was true. You held me you held me tighter than anybody's ever held me before. For the first time in my life, I actually felt wanted. I started sobbing uncontrollably as well. I had never felt that closely connected to anybody in my life or since. It's been 5 years since that morning. And now, on your 40th birthday, I wake up and you're not here. There's only 1 coffee cup laid out. And I know this time you won't be coming back. I don't know why you decided to go through with it. I know you had your reasons. I can't be mad at you because I only understand too well. I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee now, and I'm going to pour one for you in the hope that you will be coming back through that door any moment now. I doubt this cup of coffee will be touched all day. Okay, like I said, that's like a really rough draft of it. It was in my head the past few days. I wanted to get it out, and so that's a really rough draft of it. It will be refined quite a bit, hopefully, at some point, but I just needed to get it out there.